Your mind is on overdrive, bombarded by endless negative thoughts, each one pulling you deeper into fear and doubt. You try to fight it, but the harder you push, the stronger it seems to get. Sound familiar? This isn't just something you have to live with. It's a battle you can win. In this video, we'll explore how to stop letting your thoughts dictate your life and reclaim your peace. Time to break free. Are you ready to take control? Eckhart Tolle, in his book, The Power of Now, speaks of the mind's tendency to drag us into a state of constant mental noise, where past regrets and future fears overwhelm our ability to be present. He writes, "The mind is a superb instrument if used rightly. Used wrongly, however, it becomes very destructive." These words ring true as we often find ourselves trapped by thoughts that pull us away from the present moment. Tolle encourages us to step back, observe the mind, and not let it dominate us. If you're serious about your personal health, whether you want to stop suffering, get clear guidance on how to stop overthinking, or to be more present in life, now's the perfect time to subscribe to our channel. Like this video if you're ready to grow further as a person. Now, let's continue. To begin, let's discuss the various what-if possibilities that could occur. These are the kinds of ideas that can keep you up at night because they make you imagine every conceivable catastrophe. You find that your mind is running amok, conjuring up improbable scenarios that appear to be immensely real, despite the fact that there is no specific evidence to suggest that they will occur. It is possible that you will find yourself asking yourself, what if I lose my job? What happens if my relationships are unable to survive? What does it matter if I'm not good enough? These ideas frequently result in emotions such as anxiety, stress, and even panic in some cases. It is an issue that these scenarios are frequently overblown and are not even close to being accurate representations of the circumstance. On the other hand, once your thoughts attach themselves to things, it may be very challenging to let go of them. Eckhart Tolle suggests in A New Earth that the mind's constant fluctuations are not only a barrier to peace, but also a way of keeping us disconnected from the present. He writes, "The primary cause of unhappiness is never the situation, but your thoughts about it." What Tolle invites us to recognize is that our mental projections of what-ifs are often based on past experiences or future fears that do not yet exist. The good news is that this pattern can be broken, which is a positive development. By gaining an awareness of how these thoughts operate and acquiring the skills necessary to regulate them, you will be able to prevent the cycle from beginning. In order to reclaim control of your mind, it is essential to first become conscious of these thoughts, then to challenge them, and finally to adopt techniques that can assist you in doing so. Now that we have that out of the way, let's discuss some practical methods and mindfulness practices that will assist you in conquering this mental trap. In order to conquer the catastrophizing mindset, the first thing that needs to be done is to simply notice when it occurs. These what-if thoughts do not merely materialize out of thin air. Rather, they accumulate over the course of time. For a lot of people, these ideas begin on a little scale and then gradually grow into more significant concerns. The first thing you need to do is remember to be conscious of them as they come to mind. The ability to change your mental patterns is extremely difficult to achieve if you lack awareness. Eckhart Tolle emphasizes the power of awareness as the key to transforming the relationship with your thoughts. He teaches in The Power of Now, the moment you become aware of the thought, you are no longer that thought. You are no longer that thought. You are the observer of the thought. This awareness allows us to step back from the overwhelming storm of thoughts and observe them from a more neutral standpoint. Once you have the awareness, the next step is to question the thoughts and decide whether they are true or necessary. In the event that you find yourself asking yourself, what if this happens? Or what if something goes wrong with that? Please take a minute to pause and recognize that these thoughts are not grounded in reality. Making the conscious decision that you are slipping into a What-if scenario is a significant step in regaining control of the situation. When you become conscious of the thought, the next step is to question it and question it. It's to question it and question its validity. After you have realized that you have fallen into a what-if spiral, it is crucial to pose some significant questions to yourself. Therefore, the second stage is to question the validity of your thought. Is this idea founded on anything that actually exists? Or is it merely a distorted version of the truth? It is possible for our minds to conjure up a wide variety of scenarios. Yet not all of these scenarios are founded on facts or actual occurrences. Most of the time, the things that we worry about are irrational and unlikely to develop into reality. One powerful tool from Eckhart Tolle's teachings is the practice of questioning your thoughts. He invites us to ask, is this thought contributing to my peace, or is it taking me further from it? When we ask these kinds of questions, it allows us to detach from the thought and recognize its lack of power over us. Tolle elaborates, whenever you are able to observe your thoughts, you become free from them. Is this the worst-case scenario, or is my mind just blowing things out of proportion? Is a question you should ask yourself in order to challenge the what-if thinking that you have. It is possible that you will discover that the scenarios that your mind is imagining are, in fact, totally different from the reality. As an illustration, if you are concerned about the possibility of losing your work, you should ask yourself, what evidence do I have that indicate this will actually occur? Is it possible that I am merely imagining this? Or have I received any feedback that indicates that this is a cause for concern? Through the process of challenging the thought, you might start to differentiate between fact and fiction. In the majority of cases, you will discover that the scenario that you have been worrying about is not nearly as dreadful as you initially believed it to be. This discovery has the potential to be extremely freeing and can mark the beginning of the process of breaking the power that these thoughts have over you. The third and last phase, which comes after you have realized that your what-if thoughts might not be grounded in reality, is to determine what aspects of your life are under your control. This is an essential component in the process of treating stress and anxiety. The reality of life is that there are many things that are beyond our ability to influence, and it is essential that we acknowledge that we are unable to alter everything. As Eckhart Tolle discusses in A New Earth, accepting what you cannot control is key to inner peace. He writes, when you surrender to what is, and so become fully present, the energy of the past and future ceases to have any power. This idea helps us let go of our desire to control everything, which is often at the root of our anxiety. It also aligns with the practice of mindfulness, where the present moment becomes our primary focus, rather than the hypothetical what-ifs. Think about the circumstance that is giving you cause for concern. Would you be able to exert any influence over the result of the situation? If the answer is yes, then take action. As an illustration, if you are concerned about a deadline at work, you should devise a strategy and then take action in order to accomplish it. In the event that the circumstance is beyond your control, such as the actions of another individual or an incident that has already taken place, it is time to let go of the situation. Concerning yourself with matters that are beyond your ability to control will simply add more stress to your life. The habit of making a list of the things you can control and the things you cannot manage is a good exercise in this situation. Create a note of them. When you find yourself concerned, look to the list and remind yourself that the only areas in which you have the ability to make a difference are the ones in which you have the most control. To put everything else into perspective, it is about letting go and having faith that things will work out the way they are supposed to. Practice of mindful breathing is widely recognized as one of the most effective methods for reducing stress and calming the mind. To summarize, this is the fourth phase. When you are engulfed in a maelstrom of worried thoughts, you frequently find that your breathing becomes increasingly shallow and rapid. This does nothing but make the sensation of stress even worse. You may slow down your thoughts and bring your attention back to the here and now by practicing mindful breathing while you are breathing. As Eckhart Tolle notes, the breathing in and out of the body is a perfect reminder of your presence. By focusing on the breath, you reconnect with the present moment, and your anxious thoughts lose their hold. It's one of the most effective ways to stay grounded when our thoughts are racing out of control. Find a spot where there is no noise and sit in a comfortable position to practice mindful breathing. While you are doing this, close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose. This will allow your lungs to fill with air. After a brief moment of holding your breath, softly exhale through your mouth at a slow pace. Put all of your concentration on your breathing and pay attention to the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body as it passes through your body. Bring your attention back to your breathing in a gentle manner if you find that your mind has wandered. The nervous system can be calmed, stress can be reduced, and your mind can be cleared with just a few minutes of focused breathing. In situations where thoughts of what if begin to spiral out of control, this technique is an effective strategy for regulating anxiety and remaining grounded. Establishing a particular period during the day to concentrate on your concerns is yet another method that may be utilized to assist in the management of anxiety. On the surface, this may appear to be counterintuitive, yet it can actually be quite successful. If you find yourself becoming anxious about anything, remind yourself that you have scheduled a certain time later in the day to address your worries. This will help you put your worries in perspective. By doing so, you are able to break the cycle of persistent anxiety and provide yourself with a safe environment in which to contemplate your thoughts. You can put this into practice by setting an alarm or a specific time during the day to sit down and think about the things that are bothering you. Make the most of this opportunity to evaluate the situation in a sensible manner rather than to overthink or concentrate on everything that could go wrong. What is the worst-case scenario, and how probable is it that it will actually occur? Ask yourself this question. You may discover that many of the things that you are concerned about are not as significant or as frightening as they appeared to be earlier. By designating a specific period of time for your concerns, you give yourself permission to let go of them during the rest of the day, which is liberating. Let's keep growing together on this path of self-discovery. Subscribe to our channel for daily inspiration and grow as a person. Comment the word "now" and like the video to show your support. Also, consider sharing this video with someone who could use some encouragement to slow down and enjoy life more fully.